Okay, here we go. Buongiorno a tutti gli amici, io sono Canista Buonarroti e Vtuber chi vuole regali felici. Hey, now I am doing it with the correct English, with the correct Italiano. I am kind of glad about that. Wow, I haven't used this one. I haven't used this text in a very long time, have I? Wow. So yeah, this is going to be exclusively a just chat in stream. Nothing very interesting is going to happen. I just warned you beforehand. And oh, before I forget, actually, let me listen to something just a moment. Okay, this part we can leave on. Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to do a little plosive test. Banana. Banana. Okay, so this tension of like this distance from the microphone is good because on the ASMR stream I had some problems with plosives, and on the karaoke stream I had a problem with the background tag being too high. Okay, let's listen to how that turned out. Okay, and now I'm going to try getting close to the microphone but with my head in the correct position, which means that I am actually, so my chest is next to the microphone, but banana, talking, just talking, yeah, just chatting. Okay, so maybe I could like do a little better. But for now, this is a good balance, I guess. Let me adjust. Wonderful. Okay, so now I have a good positioning as to how this stuff is supposed to go. So let's first. What are some of the news that I want to talk about? It's going to be only like 15 minutes talking about the news with the chat, with the channel, and filing and developing new assets. I had in the plans of doing like a logo. I mentioned it in the other stream where I was checking the assets. Well, that stream was on Twitch actually, so like, it was in another place. It was in a different place, but I found an asset which I can make a somewhat more personalized logo for Algonis Buenarroti. Because remember, I don't have any money literally to invest in the channel itself, not yet at least. I have to buy some more immediate, some more direct things first. And should I go on to say this? Well, I think of how I want to say this. I'm going to put on some music. Thanks for playing the music. Okay. Wait, let me try something here. So if I actually direct the speakers, it doesn't make much of a difference though. So excellent. Okay. That way I can barely hear the music myself, but at least you guys can hear it, and so I don't have to put on headphones, which is a little bit annoying right now. But that actually kinda takes me to the next topic. Oh, what I was going to mention. So what most people probably can imagine is that I don't I don't know if I want to get too into it, but I come in from a very, 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 very poor country, and so a lot of things that are just like normal or I'm thinking to buy for someone in like the first world or whatever is like super difficult for us. So for example, the very microphone, right? The Fine IM8. $50, I understand, is not something that's particularly difficult for pretty much anyone in the United States. Although it should be mentioned that the United States actually even now has a different standard of wealth compared to almost any other country. But in general, anyone from like Europe, Eastern Europe, probably a lot of places in Latin America too. $50 is not easy, but it's relatively trivial to save up the money for that. For me, it was difficult. Like, I had to go to a kind of dangerous job for a few days in order to be able to afford that. Because our currency is just absolutely terrible. Like, really bad. That's also another reason why I was starting to think like maybe I should really try to get some kind of job where I can earn in dollars, because our currency just doesn't really work anymore. But even that for me is difficult because of the place where I live, because I don't have PayPal. Or PayPal hates our country or whatever, and like we are so excluded from from the world for that, and no one cares. Okay, sorry, I didn't think I was gonna get that emotional. What was that? To change the color of... Right, yeah. So I was thinking, a lot of the just chatting string is not going to come off as Alcanis the character, but as kind of the person behind Alcanis. And maybe having the um uncolored version of Tachi, like the original version of Tachi, could be kind of a nice signal to indicate when it's like me being out of the character. Because for me, part of the charm of VTubing is to be in the character. Just one moment, please. A nice signal to indicate when it's like me being out of the character. Because for me, part of the charm of VTubing is to be in the character. Just one moment, please. Um, Uncolored version of Tachi, like the original version of Tachi, could be kind of a nice signal to indicate when it's like me being out of the character. Because for me, part of the charm of VTubing is to be in the character. Just one moment, please. All right. Actually, I'm going to do another small test. Thankfully, it seems we are cleaning out the plosive zones. Um, Testing in front of the microphone. Talking down below the microphone. I'm not even gonna bother with the sides. I know that the sides don't really. Okay. Oh boy. So this. I didn't realize. Of course, I knew that Fifine focuses the. It's a cardioid microphone, more or less, and a dynamic one. Um, so I knew it says in the manual that the manual that I should read one of these days, by the way. But so it says that the top of the microphone is like the center, the main area where the microphone picks up. It's like the front of the microphone, really. It's where the sound really gets picked up. And I knew it that it said that on the sides and on the back it doesn't really pick up any sound. Or it picks way lesser sound. But I didn't realize the front, or like the front face where the side where the gain and the headphone knobs are located. I didn't realize that one like pick up so much less sound. Now I get why the karaoke stream in the other occasion was like it sounded so bad. Okay, live and learn, I guess. Um, and well, that's another thing that I wanted to kind of get into. During this chatting, I guess, but first the question, the matter of poverty. So, like, for me, it's difficult. It's difficult to get these things that are like normal for almost everyone else in this space. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does make me feel pretty bad to look at everyone else from a distance, from the distance of not being able to afford almost anything. And of course, you might ask me, you might tell me, okay, but you can actually, you got a microphone, right? That was actually the effort of a month. And like, of course, I had like other issues that naturally happen. If I could like focus my entire finances on this, then it wouldn't really be as bad. But because I help out some people that need help, like this is just how it's going to be for a while. It would be nice if I could like do commissions, like video editing, and like, or just take any kind of donations, like really. But it's not as easy. It's not as easy as I initially hoped it will be. I would like to know if there is a way, but because of the country where I live, it's like we had so many avenues just closer to us, just because of where we live, and it just I'm not gonna lie, it really sucks. It just sucks. It just sucks. Another thing that is difficult, but at least that one doesn't really sting as much for me because it technically is something that is in my hands, is that I had never done any kind of like streaming before. I had never really done like any of this online content creation stuff before in my life, and neither do I know anyone in my immediate vicinity or family that has ever done something like this. So what does that mean for the channel? It means that I made mistakes, a lot of mistakes. I don't mean mistakes specifically to VTubers. So, for example, I don't mean that I write like something inappropriate or that I do too much drama posting or something like that. Um, they're more technical or related to streaming in general. So, like my audio balancing is not particularly good. I think a lot of the time. You know the reason why I mentioned the karaoke stream, the music. So I use OBS for YouTube, and I'm actually going to stream once in a while on Twitch too. I'm actually going to stream on Twitch today. I'm just gonna stream using just the Twitch Studio. Now that I also bought um a more RAM for my computer. I don't know if this is something that's difficult or easy to get for people in like second or first world countries, but like for me, I had to like save up a ton, and I had to work a few days in the rain. Like a couple of nights, it was really dangerous. Not really dangerous. Like some moments were dangerous, but like I had to go through a lot of things that are just not fun in order to fulfill these hopes. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to get that emotional. Um, so now I had actually a few more options to, you know, to get things done. Um, so now I can more feasibly just use Twitch Studio. Before I could not use it because Twitch Studio does not really have a Spout 2 exit, and like, well, maybe I still can use Twitch Studio because Spout 2 I think saves you up a lot of CPU power. But nah, I mean, so why does it matter that you can use Spout 2? What I said, like Spot 2 saves up a lot of processing power in your output from Vtuber Studio to the streaming service, to the streaming program. And sorry, I just got depressed by thinking of another thing I can't do just because of where I was born in. And so I can't necessarily run Vtuber Studio with. I can't even play HoloCube. Like I can't even play HoloCube. What is that about? I don't know what I had done to deserve this. I mean, like they say that streaming is a luxury, but often the people who say that, they say it thinking that the people who feel bad about it are like some first world person or anything. And by the way, I always hated the phrase first world problems because it implies that the people in first world don't have valid problems just because of where they were born. And I think that is as unfair as like people in third world countries having difficulties just because of where they were born. We are all human, regardless of where we were, donde hemos nacido, of where we were born. But usually it was kind of a drag for me to change the string keys in OBS. And like I know you can connect accounts in OBS, but I don't know. I didn't really want to do that for some reason. Maybe I should try. Like, but with Vtuber Studio, it will be just easier to just get a particular specialist program just for Twitch, not Vtuber Studio, sorry, for Twitch Studio. And I don't know, it just be easier that way. So hopefully it can work, and I can like play really old retro games and stuff. If what I want to do is to play games, I mean. I think there should be an out of that, I guess. And you might wonder also, how is it that I can like get all this stuff? I haven't bought a single thing for myself other than this technology stuff in like a very very long time. So like I can buy like a cookie for myself. I can buy soda for myself. I don't buy anything for myself. I save up every penny. But at the very least, like very quickly, I only need to buy an XLR cable, and that is my last really big technology purchase for a very long time. And I had actually been thinking of like hiring eventually contracting the mama, I guess it was say, the author of this model, Tachi, to get a more individualized model. Because this is a boot model. And like, I think it's really pretty. Tachi is just so, so cute. But I can't help but wonder if like B2 community in general, like, notices that when you use a boot model, and like maybe they take you more seriously if you actually have your own model that you put money on. And like, of course, I imagine that a lot of the community also knows that like different people have different economical realities and they can always afford something. To be honest, I'm incredibly thankful to everyone on Boot, and everyone in the video community has been so, so, so helpful, really, like, so incredibly helpful. Everything in here, it's all free assets from Boot, like everything. And like, some of these assets are so beautiful, like, thank you tons to all the people that make so many amazing assets just because they want to help out people that are starting out. Like, seriously, thanks. Mm. But, mm, I'm, they are also not going to know that there are people like who like can't even afford $10 or something unless they really go through a bunch of suffering. And like, I'm thinking of like $100 or something for the model. I don't know if that is a lot or if that isn't a lot. For an starter model, I hope that it is. I hope that it's enough at the very least. And then the rigging is another thing. I'm not sure if I can actually learn rigging by myself. It does sound like something that is a bit complicated. Mm, but that could be an additional expense. And like, even thinking of that, $100 for me, here where I live, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I don't know. I had so many things to save up to as well too. There is someone that I really want to support, and like, I can't help feeling a bit hopeless or demotivated sometimes, because even though I already bought a lot of the things that I set myself as a goal to, I have to, for example, one of my jobs, um, if we want to uh, replace or damage equipment, we actually have to pay money for it. And like, it will be around an equivalent of like uh $40 or so to replace an equipment that I have been wanting to replace for a while. And for me, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot for me. Like, a lot. It just hurts. It just hurts. And of course, I have wanted to take better care of my health for a while now. I wanted to take those supplements. I wanted to take some more vitamins, but they are just so incredibly expensive. And like, it feels like there's no end to the expenses. As much as I work, there is always something that I need to buy. And I need to buy a new cell phone too because of something that happened. I thought I wasn't going to need it, but like, because of the situation that happened, it's just how it goes, I guess. I am sorry. I know this is not a particularly positive stream, but I felt that one of the main reasons why I wanted to be a VTuber was actually because of something like creation or artistry. And I felt that it was also important to like show you at least some things of the person behind Alconis. To have that sort of like interplay or dynamic between creator and creation, I suppose. Okay, so going by OBS line, the honking car isn't really picking up on the. Oh, okay, it stopped. I thought that thing was going to go for like an hour or something. Fair enough. Hmm. And also, so you could get to know some of my dreams and aspirations. Uh, the next chatting stream, just chatting stream that I wanted to make actually, will be something like delineating some goals. Let's, yeah, it could be that. Let's make them something kind of like a preparation for some kind of debut. Yeah, that could be a nice goal to aspire to. While I also, sorry about that. While I also work on getting that graphics card. And man, that is going to be expensive. Expensive. Because I am aiming for a. Also, another thing in our country is because of the way that some kind of supply thing, supply and demand or whatever works. Something that is $40 an electronic that is $40 in the US tends to be like 50, maybe $53 here in our country. On top of that, our salaries are so famously low that it's almost like destiny kicks us in the shins. Like it's unfair. um okay. So I was aiming for something that would be around the equivalente of about a little around $300. And maybe that's a lot for a graphics card, but I don't really find cheaper alternatives, at least not from a reputable vendor. And like I decided that I might as well just get a decent one, because as you heard one of my previous um, chatting videos, like you know that I actually got kind of a scam, so to say, from from a purchase of a graphics card that I did. Like we really are just really, really, really unfortunate down here. I'm telling you. But normally, I don't really tend to feel too bad about this stuff, because normally I am not really a person that needs a lot of money. It just so happens that I got into a hobby that is streaming, that is kind of expensive, or that it requires some technology that I didn't really have on hand. And thankfully I am getting the most part of it. Like I am pretty much about to complete the audio part of it. And once I get the graphics card, it's like it's going to be it's going to be almost completed. It's just because I don't want to get too into it, but because I need to help a person that so a lot of my money is kind of like tied up on that until the situation resolves. But it will be solved quite soon, like in the near future. And once that is completed, I can have a much clearer picture of how things will stand. But I actually do have good news. I bought my first mixer, and it's the sibling of the Fifine IM8. It's the Fifine ISC3. Right? Yes, 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 yes. Ah. And with that, we are about to start. I just need to buy an XLR cable, and then I am ready for adventure with the audio system. I mean, the AM8 is already sounding so incredibly good. Like it's such an incredibly good microphone, such an incredibly good sounding microphone. Like I can't believe how good this stuff sounds. And for me, it's just a little unfortunate that it's not going to be as easy to upgrade my processor. Um, because well, processors are kind of expensive. Actually, just let me check something out here. Uh, but at the very least, we are kinda getting there, so to say. And of course, it completely. I didn't even notice that it stopped playing the audio. Jesus. I think I'm gonna have to get a Spotify. Good audio library is just unacceptably bad. My apologies. I'm just like trying to get into figure out which is my processor. Oh, I just need to find out the architecture, right? I just want to see if there are actual options to. No, I mean everything is like out of stock. The one that I have is very very old. Mm, okay. I am sorry. Normally I won't really do something like this in the middle of a stream, but the okay. But nah, I mean, the prices for this stuff are just like completely absurd. And yes, even though I really didn't want to, I might have to like go to try to process it on Amazon or eBay or something and just buy a used one. Because these prices are just they're just too much. Hmm. Yeah, and they're not even like yeah. Yeah, processors are expensive. Very, very expensive. This one, for example, it could kind of be, but like, I am sorry. I'm just feeling like really, really mess it up. I hope. absurdly, absurdly expensive all of this technology stuff is. And like I always feel so alone when I see this stuff. No one, almost no one really helps me with this. I can't, donations won't really work. I can't really take commissions because of my situation with PayPal. So, because of PayPal not being in my country, I can't do anything. I'm like, I'm completely alone. Yeah, okay, now these prices are just tripping. Or well, I mean, actually, this one is good. It's out of stock, but it was actually pretty good apparently for their going by some of the characteristics here. Well, okay, so yeah, it's gonna be first graphic card, and then I'm going to look at a processor in the future. Wow, I'm sorry, that just really depressed me actually. Yeah, I want to cry all of a sudden. What the? But it's all going to take so long. I mean, at the very least, we had some stuff that we can do in the meantime, but it just isn't fun to feel yourself so incredibly limited by by where you were born. And it's not like I do anything bad or anything. So what did I do to deserve all this? It's like just everything came up to like how to say it. It's like all of these many forces came together to like make the situation so incredibly bad for me. I guess I can be happy that at the very least I am still able to like get some of these things. But you know, I wanted to get some stuff for my health too. I wanted to be able to just like go out like once in a while at the very least. Not even a lot, just like once every 2 weeks or something. But I can't do even that. And but at the very least, there are a lot of things that I still can do. So let's start working on a debut. Yeah, these chatting streams are going to be mostly chatting just to get stuff out of my chest, and also to reveal about some of the experiences that I went through, and maybe some of the experiences that were kinda formative for me. And this is a cult that we can name to. Yeah, that's the only hope, really. The it's when you look at things from the really big perspective that you can sometimes be overwhelmed. But if you just focus on the things that you can do right now, then oftentimes it's not so bad. Oftentimes it's not so bad. At least that's what I try to tell myself. I'm just going to play it on like, and I don't think I even had like the option. It should be auto-playing to the next song automatically. Like there, but sometimes it doesn't really do that. I don't know why. I guess this is why Vtubers don't really use the YouTube audio library. Oh, and just one more please. I'm a little bit sick actually. Thankfully, that's the most water that I've been drinking in like the past 12 hours. See, my stomach is getting a bit better. So I'm doing a 24-hour fast, and it will go to no. By this point, it has been already a 48-hour fast, which is my longest fasting period. And regularly you can do, from what I understand, like up to 72 hours is good, but after that, then you kind of have to start focusing on, for example, on your vitaminic intake, your mineral count, etc., etc. Because a very long fasting can also like leave you very depleted in those aspects, and like you need vitamins and minerals. They're very important for the body. And so you might ask, oh, Akonis, why are you like fasting so much? I try to do these fasting periods like once a week or something or so. Are you trying to lose weight? For me, it's actually more for a health reason. And for motives that I don't know if I can actually really get into too much in this stream. It is really important for me to be able to know that at the end of my life that I did absolutely everything that I could, and that I get my body in perfect condition, as perfect as I could. I guess I would say it's kind of like a matter of achievement or glory or something like that. And you know, a fictional character that inspired me a lot on that, Griffith from Berserk. I was actually really moved by how someone so beautiful and delicate looking could also be so incredibly determined, solely focused on achieving something outstanding and supernatural at the same time. And so I started to see the idea of like looking my absolute best, being my absolute healthiest, not as a source of vanity, but as a admirable goal to achieve. And so like after it passes the 20-hour mark of fasting, then it's when it starts getting kind of difficult sometimes with the hunger pangs. They don't happen all the time, but like they come in waves. And especially I think around the 32-hour mark, then is when some stronger hunger pangs come, but after that they start leaving you. And like from what I heard from people with the much prolonged fastings, like I think it's like around the 4th day that hunger pangs can come back. I don't really know. Like it depends. Also, if you are doing this stuff for the first time, you are going to get more fatigue and hunger pangs as your body gets used to the idea of not digesting stuff all the time, of not eating all the time. But trust me, everything that I've seen about intermittent fasting indicates that it really it can be worth all this suffering. And that's what I tell myself often. As painful as this is, as not painful really, but it's really uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as this is, and as difficult as this feels sometimes, you had to enter the tab to autoplay the music. That's unacceptable. That's totally unacceptable. Wow. Okay. As not painful again, as uncomfortable as this sell is, the price is worth it. That's what I try to tell myself. That the result of all these internal sacrifices and efforts are not just a body, but a kind of life and a kind of health that it's something that's truly outstanding. If you want to get to somewhere outstanding or you want to achieve something extraordinary, it's only logical that you will also go through extraordinary hardships, I suppose. If nothing else, Griffith has taught me that quite profoundly. Yeah. And that is also the case with like some of the other things that I do. Like I try to do a lot of exercise. I've been trying to like take much better care of my hygiene, my looks, etc. And all of that is stressful. I don't tend to have a lot of time nowadays, but the price is worth it though. Yeah, I think that the price is worth it though. And sadly, this is the only thing that I really have, because this is very much going to be the topic for another Just Chatting stream. But I had been, or at least I felt that I had been emotionally abandoned by everyone in my life. Everyone. And all of the people that I had loved, that I truly gave my whole heart to, like they just ended up leaving, I guess. Leaving me. It just didn't. It just. I don't know. So all that I had left, I guess, is creation and like being able to leave something of myself to the ether. Something I don't know. And finally, with a note that I guess I want to end this Just Chatting on. But that is actually one of the beautiful things about Vtubing. I can leave behind what I look like. I don't think I am particularly attractive. I can leave behind my personal story of the past. When I look at the camera, I don't have to see a kid who got constantly insulted and berated by his mother. Like the things that I think about myself are just absolutely awful because of the things that my parents had said about me. And I don't have to see any of that when I look at Tachi. Tachi is just Tachi. I can, at the very least, for a brief moment of time, pretend that I had something cute or had something to look forward to. And that is probably the thing that I'm most grateful for. The thing that I am the most grateful for in Vtubing. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm going to try that Twitch Studio stream. It's going to be just a short half-hour stream. And like, let's see what happens. This has been Alcanista Buonarroti. E Vtuber chi vuole regardare felice. Chi vuole regardare felice. And hopefully tomorrow in the real stream things will be better. Yeah. Eventually things are going to be better. You should always remember to Um, Things rarely stay in one place or in one situation at a time. Even if your situation is bad, or also I guess if your situation is good, you ought to remember this isn't going to always be like this. I had seen it. I had experienced it myself that oftentimes things change like quicker than you think, and so they can change like quite suddenly. So I hope you can have that to like give your head up in interval moments. Like I guess if I was 3 months ago, right? Yeah, 3 months ago, I would have thought it impossible. Yeah, 3 months ago was when I was practically starting the channel. They're like, man, those old streams, they were, I could tell that I was very much a beginner. And I couldn't, thinking that I will have this microphone and the mixer, it felt impossible, and it felt like it was going to be such a huge setback just to lay the foundations for good audio. But now they happen. And like, those things changed like way quicker than I expected. Way quicker. And I'm glad for that. I really am. Even without the setbacks, we're moving forward. Yeah. Okay. Now, this has been Akanisa Narati, a Vtuber che vuole regare felici. See ya. Bye bye. Ciao. Adios. Mantene.